Hello, everyone. Welcome. I hope everyone is doing well today as we are in the seventh week of school. Can you believe that? The seventh week of school. We encourage you to spend time letting others know that we're having this YouTube live session. So please send others a text message, an email, some type of maybe call them, let them know that we're having this YouTube live update, and we encourage them, invite them to participate. So we'll pause a minute to give you a second, a moment to share this opportunity with others that may want to participate. Again, spend a few seconds encouraging, inviting others to participate. Thank you. And we'll start momentarily. Thank you. Hopefully, everyone continues to do well and you're having fun in school for our students and parents, that you're, of course, enjoying and supporting the instructional process that you see your children engaged in. I'd like to start out with a few general updates this morning. First, we want to recognize that it's Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th until October 15th. So you'll see many activities occurring throughout our school district in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. Please be reminded that the Clayton County special election is today. The Board of Education District 8 and Clayton County Board of Commissioners District 1, those positions are being elected today. We encourage you to participate and to vote if you are registered to vote in those districts that are affected. Please know that our Clayton County Board of Education Chair, Ms. Goree, will host a virtual community meeting on September 22nd at 6 p.m. That will be on tomorrow. So we encourage you to participate in that virtual event. We're pleased to share that on this Thursday, that I will be speaking as your superintendent to the Clayton County Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Truist. It's a networking series, and we'll be sharing information about our school system. That's Thursday at 11:30 a.m. It will be held at Clayton State University. And we'd like to pause here to welcome Dr. Stewart, the new president of Clayton State University, to Clayton County. We're so excited. We just finished meeting with him on today. And we're excited that we'll be sharing some opportunities that will, I believe, will really position our students in Clayton County to know that Clayton State University exists and to take full advantage of many opportunities to get educated and to enhance their quality of life by participating in the many programs that exist and will exist at Clayton State University. Again, welcome, Dr. Stewart. We're glad to have you here in Clayton County. We like to remind everyone that we will have 2 Clayton County Public Schools food pantry opportunities for all stakeholders. One will be at West Clayton Elementary School, September 22nd at 3 p.m. That's tomorrow at 3 p.m. And the other one will be at Riverdale Elementary School, September 23rd. That's Thursday at 3 p.m. So families and all, we encourage you, again, to take full advantage of these food pantry opportunities. Again, at West Clayton Elementary School, September 22nd at 3 p.m. and at Riverdale Elementary School, September 23rd at 3 p.m. We're excited to share that we will be hosting our 4th annual Teen Violence and Suicide Awareness 5K Walk Run. Notice we said walk, run. Some of us will walk, others will run. I'll probably walk, but it will be October 2nd. It's a virtual event, and we want you to register on the Clayton County Public Schools website. But again, it's our 4th annual Teen Violence and Suicide Awareness 5K Walk Run to be held October 2nd this year. We encourage you. We really invite you to participate, and please, we encourage teams to participate as well. Well, as I've shared, we've been back in school now 7 weeks. This is our 7th week of school. And so I think it appropriate to give you a COVID update. First of all, we'd like to share that as a school system, as of September 21st today, we've had about 1,500 cases of COVID. Most of those cases have been student cases, and a few have been staff. We've had to quarantine about almost 2,400 persons. But we're pleased that the data is improving. And so I want to commend our community, Clayton County, for doing its part to improve our data. As you have heard, and you should be aware if you've not heard, COVID testing and vaccinations will be offered at every school here in Clayton County Public Schools. So we want to encourage you to take full advantage of the opportunities to get vaccinated. And if you need COVID testing, all you've got to do is visit a school near you. It is very easy. We're not asking you to sign up. We're asking you to just take full advantage of the opportunities that exist at our schools to get vaccinated and COVID testing. Please know that we're vaccinating students who are eligible to be vaccinated. And if parent permission is required, parents, please ensure that your child has your permission. But parents, we want to encourage everyone, employees as well, we want to encourage everyone to take full advantage of the opportunities to be vaccinated at our schools. And of course, if you need COVID testing, it's also available. We're pleased that all schools are available as of today. Employees, please be reminded that the vaccination incentive is currently in progress. If you are fully vaccinated by September 30th and you are a full-time employee, you will be eligible for a $500 incentive. And if you are part-time and fully vaccinated by September 30th, you'll be eligible for $250. We encourage all of you to get vaccinated. And of course, we'll be sending out information for you to submit that you have been vaccinated so you can receive your payout during the month of October. Since August 2nd, we've had to close about 20 schools, and I say close, but maybe pivot is a better word. Pivot 20 schools to some amount of virtual learning, whether a week, a few days, or 2 weeks. As of today, we have 2 schools that have pivoted to virtual learning: Sequoia Middle School and Forest Park High School. Those schools will return face-to-face on Monday, September 27th. So again, currently Sequoia Middle School and Forest Park High School are learning virtually. However, they will pivot back to face-to-face on September 27th. We want to remind everyone of the quarantine process. Employees and students who test positive for COVID-19 must isolate. Employees vaccinated or unvaccinated who are exposed to the virus in the work environment and not experiencing symptoms will not be required to quarantine. Employees who are unvaccinated who are exposed outside of the workplace must quarantine. Students who are vaccinated and are not experiencing COVID symptoms are not required to quarantine. Students exposed to the virus in the classroom, on the bus, athletics, or during the athletic program and other school settings will be asked to quarantine based on the current CDC guidelines, using the guidance of 3 feet and the use of plexiglass. We just want everyone to know that we're doing our best to keep safety as a priority. We appreciate your cooperation, your understanding as we do our part to only respond to this pandemic. Remember, Decisions to move from face-to-face to virtual learning require several individuals to be engaged. We will move an individual or a group of individuals, a class or a group of classes, a hallway, a grade level, or an entire school based upon a review of several factors. What data do we consider? What data do we review? Well, you should know we consider and review the data with the county epidemiologists and with our student services division in collaboration with the school principal and school leadership. But here are the data that we consider: the number of COVID cases, the case clusters, the number of students quarantined or potentially exposed, the number of staff members quarantined or potentially exposed, the impact on school operations as assessed by the principal and school leadership, the impact on the total district operations as assessed by the superintendent and the executive team, the impact on families, and of course, the impact on student learning opportunities. We look at all of these data, and then we make a decision to move individuals or a campus or a group of classes or grade level or the entire campus to virtual learning from face-to-face. Please know that we don't take the decisions that we make lightly, and we're doing our best to keep safety a priority and to have the least disruptive instructional experience or environment in all of our schools. You should know that right now, when virtual learning is offered, there is a current short-term virtual learning option. Each school is operating a school-based virtual learning environment or option that provides high-quality instruction for all students enrolled. Students should be using their computer devices, their Chromebooks or laptops, to access their teacher and their assignments on a regular basis. The curriculum is delivered by a highly qualified CCPS teacher. Assignments are aligned to the Georgia Standards of Excellence, and the instructional material and tasks mirror the scope and sequences of content taught in the face-to-face classroom. Teachers have received instructional guidance to include important rituals and routines and how to support high-quality learning for students who are at home. Parents, we're asking you to continue to support and monitor the academic progress of our students, your children, learning from home, and ensure that they have the necessary resources and are present every day for learning. Please look at our website for the Virtual Learning Parent-Student Handbook. While the short-term option is available, we are working on a long-term option. Our goal is to provide an option for families who would like to do virtual learning for an extended period of time. This effort requires us to recruit staff, hire a principal, of course, plan for instruction, hire teachers, etc. More details are forthcoming. But again, this will be for a long term for families and others that would like to or believe that they benefit greatly from the virtual learning experience in a long-term manner. Again, currently we're offering short-term, but we're planning to offer the long-term option. More details are forthcoming. We want to encourage everyone to continue to focus on teaching and learning, of course, within the context of safety. Parents, please take out time every day to check on our children, to see how they're doing, to share any concerns that you may have, either with the classroom teacher, your assistant principal, your principal, if necessary, the assistant superintendent, deputy superintendent. But we want you to know that we're here to support our children, and we want to be most responsive when there are concerns. If you have concerns, do not hesitate to communicate those concerns, as the only way we can address those concerns is we have to know about them. Please stay connected. Stay connected to the various platforms for information and key updates. There's a schedule of critical conversations, advisories, community meetings for this school year. It's posted on the district's website. Please take time to look at those opportunities and make plans to participate. We'll also communicate using all the platforms that are available or at our disposal to keep you stakeholders informed of events, activities, and decisions. Remember, you have available the district website, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, our Channel 24, the Educational Access TV channel, School Messenger, and Infinite Campus. So again, parents, please stay informed. Everyone who wants to be informed in our school system should be informed in light of the various platforms that we are using. So at this time, I'd like to pause to see if there are questions, and we'd like to respond to any questions that you may have. So I see two questions. The first question, what about a person having no symptoms? How does the district navigate this situation? Well, if the person has been vaccinated and they have no symptoms, then this person has to monitor themselves. And of course, if symptoms are expressed at some point or experienced at some point, then quarantining would occur. However, if a person has not been vaccinated and they're having symptoms, then of course, quarantining would need to occur as well. So clearly, on any given day, for those of us who are vaccinated and those who are not vaccinated, if you see that you're experiencing symptoms, then you need to report that. Of course, you can go to the clinic on your campus, you can take a COVID test, and then make the appropriate decision to ensure that others are not exposed. Remember, we all have to take individual responsibility and appropriate actions in order to ensure that we're safe and that others are safe. So again, monitor yourselves and take the appropriate actions. Go get the appropriate COVID test if you find or you think that you may have been exposed to the virus. The next question. What is keeping CCPS from going fully virtual? That's a great question. One thing that's keeping us from going fully virtual is we're managing this situation school by school. And so the question that I would have is, why should this school over here go virtual when that school is not in a position or in a situation that requires it to go virtual? So right now, we believe face-to-face is the best option for our students. So we've decided to manage the situation, encouraging our employees to get vaccinated, parents and all, and students who are eligible to get vaccinated, and mask wearing is the expectation in all facilities. We believe that these strategies will help us remain face-to-face as long as possible. Someone has requested an update on bus driver hiring. Thank you for that question. So you should see in the upcoming weeks more bus drivers driving our buses. We have had a significant number of applicants, so we're very proud of that. So thank you, parents, for getting the word out. But out of the last batch of applicants, and we had over 100, only 4 had CDL licenses, so it takes us several weeks to train those individuals. There's a process for training. And so once we get these individuals trained, they will be assigned to assist with routes, and we should continuously see improvement in the on-time pickup rate and drop-off rate relative to our transportation. So first, I want to say thank you to all the bus drivers that are hanging in here with us. They're doing double backs, triple backs, quadruple backs to ensure that we get kids to school. We've approved another incentive program that we've rolled out. And so we believe that all these things are helping to improve this situation. We thank you, parents and students, for your patience. We thank you for being very mindful of our bus drivers. And I should say this, I want to remind all of us, masks are expected on the school bus, in our facilities, in our classrooms. So parents, please remember, if you don't have a mask for your children, we will provide one. But it's the expectation that our students are being very mindful of their safety, also the safety of others. Therefore, in our facilities, on our buses, masks are required. Someone asked the question, what is the percent of staff already vaccinated? That's a great question. So you should know the last time we did a survey, about 25 to 30% of the staff responded, and out of those who responded, 83% communicated that they were vaccinated. We'll have a better idea, a grasp of the percent of staff vaccinated once we get through this incentive period, because as a part of them receiving their incentive, they have to communicate to us that they have been fully vaccinated. We'll use that data to finalize the percent or convey the percent of our faculty and staff that are fully vaccinated. So thank you. And remember, that incentive effort will conclude on September 30th. So we'll have data, I'm confident, a few weeks after we conclude that incentive effort. The question, does the county have any plans of switching to virtual in the near future? As of right now, and as I've shared, we will remain face-to-face, and we'll look at every school on a case-by-case basis. Again, we only have 2 schools that are currently virtual, and they will return face-to-face on Monday, September 27th. The next question, why is the board position that face-to-face is the best? We believe when we look at our data, and you know last year we were virtual elementary until mid-April, secondary the entire year. Well, we do know, and we have data that would confirm that while our students learn, we've had many losses of learning opportunities. Therefore, we believe it's our responsibility to ensure that students are safe and that they're learning. And right now, face-to-face is that method, that preferred method, as we manage through this pandemic. The question is posed, is it accurate that there are teachers who are having to handle classes and subjects they aren't certified for, maybe because of the pandemic stretching staff thin? So that question came to us on yesterday, and the response is, teachers should only be teaching classes in which they are certified to teach. However, because of the lack of subs, sometimes teachers are being requested to cover other classes. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to teach that other class. However, they may be required to cover a class that clearly is not their area of expertise or certification. That is a situation that we're managing, principals are managing, and we're just asking for your patience. If we don't have subs, you all know students have to be supervised. Sometimes we have to pull upon others to cover and supervise those classes, at least for that period. So thank you for your patience as we manage through this situation. How to prove, the question is, how do you prove vaccination status for the incentive? So in the upcoming days, all employees will receive an email that provides a link for you to submit your information. And then, of course, if you've been vaccinated, we will have access to your information on the statewide database system. So pay attention to your emails in the upcoming days. You will receive information and a link that you will have to submit and complete and submit. And then once we verify that information, we'll be processing those incentives throughout the month of October. Thank you. Question: we have children who are catching COVID at school via sports. Via sports, bringing it at home, and parents catching COVID and dying. How is this a safe choice for stakeholders? Is this really safe? We would agree that people are catching COVID, but let's be very clear. Most of the students that are getting positive with COVID are catching COVID because they're exposed to persons who are oftentimes unvaccinated. We need everyone to do their part. It doesn't mean that they're not being exposed to those who are vaccinated, but they're being exposed at a higher rate by those who are unvaccinated. Remember, we have more unvaccinated than we do vaccinated. So I'm encouraging all of us to do our part. And let's remember, I hate to have to say this, but we are still in a pandemic. But if we look at our behavior beyond the schoolhouse, do we see people wearing masks? Are we getting vaccinated? Are we being responsible to ensure that we don't expose others and ourselves? And so it requires a collective effort. Again, a collective effort. We agree with you that there is a risk, but we're doing our part to mitigate for the risk. We need everyone to do their part. Next question: will vaccination be required for all eligible students to attend school soon? That is a great question. In Clayton County, we have not, and at this moment, we are not requiring that of our students. However, if that changes, we'll be having conversations with the Board of Education. Of course, we'll look at the various laws and opportunities that have to support that in our state. And if that decision is made, it will be communicated at the highest level. Clearly, it will be determined by the Board of Education, and it will be communicated after the board makes that decision. But at this moment, we are not requiring all students to be vaccinated with the COVID vaccination. The next question: what's the overall mood of students and staff being back in the buildings? Can you tell if they are happier? Well, that's a great question. I've run into many that are excited to be back with students. I've run into some who would prefer virtual learning. It just really depends on who you ask. So I encourage all of you to ask the question of others. But know this, our students overwhelmingly prefer to be in school. They really enjoy being back face to face, and you can see it on their faces as you visit our campuses. Well, thank you for the questions. Hopefully I've responded to all the questions that you've shared. Hopefully you found this YouTube live session to be very informative and engaging. Please note that, again, we're having school. We ask that you continue to do your part. Wear masks, get vaccinated. Parents, continue to ensure that our students are in school every day. And let's continue to do our part to ensure that our students are safe and that they are in a position to learn face-to-face as long as possible. Employees, as a reminder, the vaccination incentive ends September 30th. $500 if you're full-time and fully vaccinated, $250 if you're part-time and fully vaccinated by September 30th. You'll receive an email with the link for you to submit that you have been fully vaccinated within the upcoming days. Again, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for participating. A special thanks to our sign language teacher here, Mr. Rodriguez Gonzalez, Mr. Gonzalez. A special thanks to the communications department. A special thanks to everyone who participated. We appreciate all of you. We thank you. Don't forget, board chair will have her communication event on Wednesday at 6 p.m. and will be speaking at the Clayton County Chamber of Commerce Truist Networking event on Thursday at 11:30 p.m. Oh, I want to also thank our interpreters who are available. And hopefully our community is taking full advantage of the opportunity provided with our interpreters who are here to serve our community. So again, thank you for your participation. Thank you for this opportunity. And I look forward to your participation in the next YouTube live session or critical conversation or advisory event as they have been scheduled throughout this school year. Take care, everybody. Let's stay safe, get vaccinated, and mask up. And remember, every school is available for COVID testing and vaccinations. Go visit a school near you. Take care.